This is RT from DC.
RT from DC, what's on your mind?
Yes, sir. I've been trying to call you guys for a long time listener. A great call. I love listening to you guys, especially when you debate libertarians. But I want to talk to you about your perception of Elon Musk.
Okay.
I'm a progressive from day one since I was 3 years old. The thing that you guys have to recognize about Elon Musk, he's not the nicest guy in the world. But he's trying to solve problems, the problems that he sees in the world. That's the impetus of all of his companies. That's the impetus of the decision he makes, especially with regard to Twitter.
What is the problem that he saw with Twitter?
That's the way to do it.
What is
I'm sorry?
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that solving problems is not a particularly unique desire that people have. The real issue is what problems does he identify? So what problem did he see with Twitter that he felt needed to be fixed?
Okay, the problem that he saw with Twitter is that he sees an issue with regard to free speech and allowing speech that might be undesirable to be put out there, like with regard to the ACLU arguing for the plan to march to Skokie.
Right. Okay. And are you aware that he can?
You can't shutter it.
Okay. Are you aware that he considers the use of cis now to be a slur and is actionable if it is deployed too often?
Actionable in what way?
He said you can get banned or suspended.
I heard. My understanding that you could get suspended, but not banned. You can come back.
Okay, suspended. So, all right, suspended. So, in other words, you can be punished for using the word cis. Are you aware that he suspended?
Well, it's a private company. It's a private company.
But wait a second. But wait. Okay. I'm just going about, you're claiming that he saw a problem that people are being punished for saying things that are verboten, and he comes in and creates his own list. It sounds more like to me that you have misidentified the problem that he saw with Twitter. And I would suggest that the problem that he saw with Twitter is that it wasn't promoting things that he thought should be promoted, which, look, he can buy the company. It's a private company. Right. He can do with it what he wants. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about whether he is someone that I should support. And it's so the real issue is, what problems do you see? And I don't think that he saw that Twitter was anti-free speech. I think he saw that he didn't like the way that Twitter was censoring, and he wanted to censor in a different way.
Well, I think he saw that Twitter was censoring in a way that and I'm progressive, so
no, I know, but put that aside. He came in,
but I think what he's trying to say is that the language that people are putting out there should be allowed to be in the public sphere, but
not cis.
Oh, I'm not familiar with the cis thing. I did not.
Okay, well, he just tweeted that the other day. That was just his new rule, and he also, when there were people who were reporting on him, he censored them. When somebody was just using public information from flight patterns, he banned them.
No. That's different now. It's not reporting on him. You know, Elon Musk is one of the few people in the world that does have to go around all around the world, and he does. There are lots and lots of industries.
This is public information.
Very much like to see him gone.
This is public information. Reporters use that information all the time. It's public information.
But nobody goes through that except this kid. Nobody else was doing that because
but don't you see that you're just family attacked he's when
they thought that Elon Musk was going to be there.
Elon is just trading.
Car with his wife and
I understand. Now, Elon is just trading his idea for what should be censored with the pre-existing idea for what's being censored. So I mean, and it's his prerogative.
That goes to a specific person. That wasn't a.
It's his prerogative.
A blanket thing. You're trying to take him out.
It's
and
his.
The kid was blackmailing Elon and wanted a $50,000 car and a $50,000 on a car to be able to.
I'm sorry. That's public information. It's public information.
I'm sorry.
That information about the flight patterns is public information.
It takes a little bit of effort. You can't just look it up online. So where's Elon's jet going to be? You have to go through steps.
Oh yeah, no, I understand, but it's all public information. Here's the point, though, is that I'm telling you, and he also censored in India. He's censored around the world. I mean, I'm just arguing, and it seems to me to be undeniable. And look, it's certainly within his rights. I personally think this is a great example. Let me just finish. I think it's within his rights, and this is why I don't like billionaires. I don't think billionaires should be allowed to exist as billionaires. They can exist as people. I just don't think we allow people to accumulate that much money in our society. But he is just replacing one set of censorious rules with another. That's it.
But he doesn't. But rule. Okay, the First Amendment exists in America because of the America, the Constitution. It doesn't exist in Turkey or China or India. The rules, the rights that man has, are not granted by God or anybody else. They're granted by the understanding we have with our own government.
Correct.
And the government in Turkey.
And the First Amendment only applies to the government censoring, not corporations.
Right. Well, the government says if you don't censor, we cancel your corporation.
No. How is the government canceling Twitter right now?
How is India's government or Turkey's government or America?
How is America canceling Twitter?
America is not, because we have the First Amendment to support us. America's not going to cancel Twitter. So he's not doing anything in America that's censoring anybody. I mean, I'm not.
But I thought his principle of censoring had nothing to do with the First Amendment. He's a corporation. There is absolutely no First Amendment issues associated with a private entity.
No, what I'm saying is he can say those things in America and say free speech in America that he can't say or.
But he's censoring things on Twitter.
In China. I'm sorry?
He's censoring things on Twitter. Are you disagreeing with that?
Okay, again, I'm not familiar with what happened with Sis, so I can't argue on that one. But as with regard to someone stalking his plane.
Well, what about the other reporters who reported on him or critiqued him?
I'm sorry?
What if the other reporters who have critiqued him that have nothing to do with compiling public information?
They're not censored.
Oh, am I kidding? Matt Binder was on the show, was suspended. Matt Binder was on the show, was suspended. NPR, because they wouldn't buy his product, were basically threatened to give away their handle.
Because they wouldn't do I mean, if you don't want to buy it, if you don't want to buy Sam Seder, someone else can buy Sam Cedar and get that.
Well, he's just picking out individuals. That's not censorious.
No. The reason that you get the verified,
not the verified. He was going to give away their handle. He was going to give away their handle.
He was going to give away their handle because they hadn't paid for it.
But have you paid for your handle on Twitter?
No, and he can give mine away.
Okay, so he can. How is that not censoring?
I don't have the verified.
How is that not censoring? How is that not censoring?
How is it censoring? You can't. I mean, you.
If I'm NPR and my all of my reporting is based upon my brand, and he's going to give that away to someone else because I'm not paying, how is that not censorious?
There's a million copies of everything. Or there's a Sam Cedar fake, a Sam Cedar.
Yeah, but those things don't have. They do not have at Sam Cedar like I do.
Right. I mean, but the point of that business decision is if you want.
Dude, listen.
Check that we could all get beforehand.
Listen. This is what is called motivated reasoning. There is nobody that would suggest.
He's not doing this for $8. He's not doing this for
excuse me.
$8.
There is nobody.
It's the point that
there is nobody.
If they want it. If you don't
there is nobody. There is nobody.
I'm sorry.
There is nobody who would argue that Elon Musk is not censoring people. He is. It's just that he's doing it with a different set of rules. That's all. And that's fine. He has the prerogative to do that. But the idea that he is trying to fix the problem of censoring, no, of course he's not. Because listen, on a platform like this too, we should be clear, on a platform like this, it is, the way you censor people is by changing the algorithm and by advantaging one person or another. I mean, that was the issue, right? Is that people are being shadow banned. What does that mean? The algorithm is downgrading them and upgrading other people. He's doing the same thing.
Shadow banning.
He's doing the same thing. He's just doing it to different people. And therefore, he is not addressing the problem that you say. The problem he's addressing is that his viewpoint, specifically his, and as expressed by others that he shares, is not prominent enough on Twitter. And he came in and he solved that problem. End of story.
So he's going to spend $44 billion to change attitudes on Twitter, as opposed to what he.
You think he did it to make money?
Do
you think he did it to make money
in the public space?
Do you think he did it to make money?
I couldn't say what that again, please.
Do you think that he spent that money to make money?
No.
So you think that it's absurd? Hold on. Let me just want to be clear here. Let me just be clear that I understand your point. You think it's absurd that he bought Twitter to promote his viewpoints, both his personal viewpoints and viewpoints that he shares as expressed by right-wingers and anti-trans people, et cetera, versus you think that's absurd, but you think it's more believable and more obvious that he bought it because he wanted to deal with the question broadly of censoring.
Yes.
But just to be clear, you think there's an exception to censoring because he's not the government. So he's not operating on the First Amendment. What? He's operating on the principle of censoring. You think there's an exception to accepting censorship in other countries? Like there's a different version.
To tell other countries what to do.
No. He could have said, like Jack Dorsey did, hey, we're not going to listen to you. And if you want to get rid of Jack Dorsey, I think rejected Turkey's request. Yeah. We're not going to listen to you. And you could shut us down so that people know that you're shutting us down. Like you're carving out all these exceptions for him so that you can maintain this thesis that he was trying to purchase Twitter because of some fealty to this broad principle that has nothing to do with the First Amendment, but just like this notion of censorship being wrong against humanity. Yet you ignore all of these things where censorship he does allow, even though that's the only reason why he did it. He didn't do it to make money. Well, if he didn't do it to make money, then go down with the principle and shut down Twitter in India or shut down Twitter in Turkey, because it's not about the money for you. It is about the principle. And I'm not going to operate this thing if I can't do it in a non-censorious way.
You cannot be absolutist in another country that you don't even live or work in. And you can't be absolute in telling a totalitarian country or
why? Why can't you? Why can't you?
But if you want to reach people, you have to be there at some level.
Why?
And hopefully be able to change it within.
So wait a second. So your argument is that it's better to be there in censoring than not be there.
Yes.
Okay, and so you believe that his argument is it's better to be there and so it's not anti-censorship uber alles for him. This is a ironclad principle, except for when it's not.
There's no such thing as ironclad.
Okay, I agree with you. That's why I don't think that's the problem he's going after. That's why I think it's the problem he's going after.
I'm sorry?
That's why I don't think it's the problem he's going after. I think the problem he's going after is he didn't like what Twitter was doing. But I got to wrap this up.
No,
I appreciate
but he's really not worth. He's not going to spend $44 billion. He already had 127 million followers on Twitter just to get his opinion on. He got his opinion.
Well, are you refuting that he did not change the algorithm to promote his tweets once he bought it?
His tweets were already there.
Excuse me. Are you refuting the reporting that he changed, that we know from whistleblowers in Twitter, that he changed the algorithm to promote his own tweets? Are you refuting that?
I'm refuting that. He had 100.
Okay, well then you know better than the whistleblowers, the engineers who were actually requested to do that. You're just refuting the reporting now. You have to, because otherwise your opinion,
whatever they want to say to try to,
you have to refute the reporting, because otherwise your opinion falls apart. Appreciate the call.
I'm sorry, I couldn't handle this part.
You have to refute the reporting, or otherwise your opinion falls apart.
You can refute the opinion of, these are secret whistleblowers whose names we don't know.
Okay, you don't have to trust them. Listen, there is no fact that is going to permeate your belief system here. If you can show me reporting that says he didn't do that, which I haven't seen, I don't even know if he refuted it. But I appreciate the phone call. Gotta go.
He's not doing something.
I gotta go. That's 15 minutes.
Okay.
You've made your case. Maybe you convince people.
Yeah, maybe.
Appreciate the call. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Sam.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if the reporting that he specifically asked for the algorithm to be changed is not, you're not gonna pay attention to that. If the censoring that he did in Turkey and in India and other places, despite the fact that Twitter in the past has rejected those calls, if that's not going to change your opinion that he's so focused on anti-censorship, if the fact that he suspends people, not bans them, but suspends people, causing them to self-edit, is not going to permeate this sense that you have that Elon is so anti-censorship, then there's no argument to be had.
Yeah, I would recommend for any other folks who have been progressive since the age of 3, don't wait on hold for months to tell us to take billionaires at face value.
Professional Dumpster Fire says Sam got his libertarian collar in the form of a Musk fan.
A Muscovite.
Bradley, Matt, Emma, John, Dorsey, Maria, Chris, Isaac. Great job today. We'll see you on Monday.